Hello, here is the very belated installment of the February monthly music mentions. If you did not watch the first video, I'll be listing 3 to 6 bands every month that I feel like deserve highlighting, or that may be of interest to people, regardless of their size, location, genre, all that kind of stuff. It looks so weird right now. It's because my hair won't get out of my friggin' face. My face looks really chubby as well, it's weird. I do intend to keep these videos as short as possible, so I'll only say a few words about each band, but places you can find information about them will be left in the description. First of all, we have Suldusk, which is a Melbourne kind of Blackgaze, neo-folk, Doomfolk act created by the lovely songstress Emily Highfield. Oh my god, what's wrong with my face right now? Why is it so overexposed? They boast some seriously ethereal sonic darkness, dude. To explain the sound eloquently in full would take me probably forever. But if you have a moment, I assure you, you will not be disappointed. I feel like I'm talking too quietly. But yeah, Emily's work is ingenious and holds up live, like, way better than you would expect. With full ensemble, without full ensemble, I've never seen a shitty show of theirs. Not to mention she's a complete delight to work with. The whole band is, really. They have played a show that I've run before. I've been so stoked to see this band's trajectory skyrocket over the last year or two. Last thing, I do wholeheartedly encourage that you check out I Am Wearing Trackies. I couldn't be fucked changing. I do wholeheartedly encourage you to keep your eyes peeled for an album coming out soon. I believe it's going to be available shortly, if not already available. I was meant to record this several weeks ago, so it could be out by now. Anyway, moving on. The next band I wanted to mention is another like folk-esque act hailing from Sweden. They are called Vintersorg. Don't know if that's actually how you say it, but I'm just going to say it that way anyway. It was a project created by Mr. V and Matthias Markland. Again, don't know how to say it. Created in the mid-90s. They offer like a proggy Blackened folk metal thing. It's another one of those kind of hybrid bands that you should just listen to and you'll know what I'm talking about. I enjoy listening to them when I'm like doing long travels, but then again I enjoy listening to them pretty much whenever. Don't find myself not in the mood to listen to Vintersorg. Highly suggestive, like black metal and folk metal and proggy kind of stuff that isn't a bunch of wank is your deal. Next band is White Devil Detroit. These lads are absolute maniacs. They're a rock and roll 4-piece from here, Melbourne. I think 3 of the bands I'm mentioning are from here. They only started up like a couple of years back. They already have a really loyal following and their stage presence is already completely down pat. The vocalist, Jake, is someone that when he's on stage, he just completely reminds you of like Bowie and Jagger and like all those sort of super high showmanship tier performers. But the whole band is really high energy and really just like, you're just drawn in. They really radiate that vibe of just super high energy, super rock and roll, dirty as fuck. It's so enticing to watch in the flesh. If you ever get a chance, I suggest it. And with the way these guys are going, I do not doubt that they will do international tours. Like, at some point, at least. The amount of time that they've been a band, just such impressive strides made. So yeah, just keep an eye out for them because, well, you won't really have to. You're going to hear about them anyway. They've just got that, like, rock star thing about them that you know that they're going to make it. Alright, last band that I'm going to mention. I wasn't actually going to mention 4 bands. I was just going to mention 3. I'd already had 3 written up. But this one is just the last one that I wanted to add in because they deserve it and they're amazing. Which is V, one of my very, very favourite Melbourne acts. V is like a solo Darkwave project that has to be seen to be believed, honestly. It's just the one person and just every single show they have smashed it. Having spent a very lengthy time in Berlin and now situated in Melbourne, though I do believe they are Australian originally, from Queensland actually, so you know, Queenslanders sticking together. They have like a sound that when you see them live, I mean, don't get me wrong, their recorded stuff is dope as well, but when you see them live, you don't want to go grab a beer or have a smoke or anything like that while they're playing. You wait until the end of the set because you were that like entranced by their performance. I try to catch V every time I have a chance to, honestly, though that's not very easy because they're doing like several shows a week. So going to all of them is a task. But I will be seeing them twice this weekend. And in fact, I'm DJing tonight after their show. Well, at the venue that they're playing at. Funnily enough, that wasn't on purpose. It just ended up being that way. They jump in the crowd. They're really in your face, but not in a dick way. It's just such an interactive performance. I remember the first time I saw them was actually at the Toad Upstairs. This tiny person with such a stage presence, like you expect when they're getting on stage, you know, they're not like huge person and they're just the one, and you don't expect to have that kind of show thrust upon you, and it's really dope. And also, I said that they jump out into the crowd and get in your face. They were very respectful of the fact that doing a full face of makeup, and I mean more intense than this is, takes a while, so they didn't get right up in my face, but I thought that was cool of them. They did mention that they didn't want to fuck my makeup up later, after I actually did meet them, after seeing them. But yeah, I was just DJing at Fang, and I went to a show beforehand, because that's what I like to do. I like to head out to shows before I head to clubs and DJ, but yeah, I saw them before DJing Fang, and I was just obsessed ever since. Not only are they a sublime artist, but an absolute chiller as well. Just another fantastic person that I'm lucky to say is like a mate of mine. But all the Melbourne bands that I've mentioned in this video, I am friends with, or at least friends with some of the band members. That wasn't even intentional. V does have a fresh new release that I suggest getting onto, like now. Yeah, get on that. I was actually meant to be in the music video for it, but I was very, very, very ill that day, so that didn't happen. Anyway, I'm rambling now, and I feel like most of this video is me talking about how great V is. Yeah, I'm just going to keep it to those 4 bands. All of the bands I've listed, absolutely worth a listen. As mentioned before, I'll link all of the information about them in the description, like to their social media and whatnot, or places that you can purchase their music. But yeah, that'll all be in the description for your convenience. I've got to go because I need this video to be up before I go and see V and DJ and do all that thing that I've got to do. All those things. Do all of that thing. Do all of the things that I have to do tonight. Sorry this video is up so late. The next one will not be up late, probably. Let's not hold it to me. We know who I am now. There's no need to make promises that I don't know I can keep. Yeah. Look at this overexposure. What's going on? Okay, bye.